Hi again, this is Pastor Dan, and we're doing Spotlight. I don't know if anyone else gets any blessing from it, but I do, just to have to think through some of these things together. And we're wrestling with the issue in the silence of God. We all acknowledge those silences. And I'm hoping that you'll get all 8 of these together. They will fit together. There's other answers still coming. So stay with it and hear all of it, I hope. I read a book years ago. It's a book on the Psalms by a man named Martin Marty. I assume he's passed away by now. He was a professor in Chicago. And I think the Cry of the Absence, I think was the name of the book. But the key metaphor in the book was summer and winter. And there are times when you have the summers of the soul, when God feels close and things are going well and you have good relationships and you have enough money and there's no great politics at the church and you're just kind of in a good zone, the summer times. Maybe when you first fall in love with Jesus and it becomes clear and you get baptized and the church is loving you and it's summertime. But there are other times that he called the winter times when you can't sense anything. And things aren't always going well. And maybe someone you love has died and there's questions. And maybe there's politics and there's trouble and people are criticizing you. And come on, God. And John the Baptist is in the prison. And he gets beheaded. And you say, I don't think this is what I thought I signed up for. And then there's this silence. C.S. Lewis talked about the times when you don't want God, he's all around you. But come a time when you need him, like when his wife died of cancer. And you knock on the door and the door is double bolted. And there is this unbroken silence. Abraham on top of the mountain, wanting God to stop killing his son, waiting, silence. David, you can feel these times when he's longing for the presence of God and he can't find it. Silence, silence. People talk about the winters of the soul, the long, dark night of the soul. And most of the spiritual giants have had those times. If you think those giants are living in summertime all the time, no, they're not. I'm not either. There are winter times. Mother Teresa wrote wonderful talks about being in the presence of Jesus and looking at the face of Jesus and then going out to find the face of Jesus out in the poor of Calcutta. But she had dark times that she almost think that she didn't have any faith at all. Now she's a saint in their theology. You think about some of these people that have been famous people. David had those times. In our Adventist culture, Ellen White certainly had times that were very bleak, dark. She helped others, but sometimes she had her own dark times. So you have to fight. Jacob, having a time of Jacob's trouble, this all night fighting. Where is God? Charles Spurgeon, one of the greatest preachers in history, just great gospel, Jesus, gospel, powerful writing, powerful preaching, huge church. Had times he'd been lying on the floor and just could hardly believe it himself. Rise from that, resurrect and preach. Job, with boils, sitting there, lost everything he had, all 10 children, all the animals, all his riches. He's gone from the top to the bottom. And God wants to know, will he hang in there? Satan says, if you take everything away, he'll curse you. But Job stays with God. And God wants to know, if you don't just have the support of the summertime, will you stay with him in the wintertime? In the silence. He's still there, just silent. And wants to know, will your faith bridge over those times and refused to give up. There have been times not really ready to give up my faith in God, but certainly my belief in the church. Just, wow, is this all? But there's times when I wondered, 2,000 years, Jesus hasn't come. Is he really coming? Have I believed in something wrong? And I have to kind of rebuild my undergirdings of my faith. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Hebrews 10. We are of that group that will not shrink back. No matter what comes, we will never shrink back. We will not be part of that group. Backsliders, whatever you want to call them, the group that shrinks back. We will not shrink back. No matter what. You think of people who've been in war, people who have been in South Sudan or wherever, people in terrible trouble, in terrible earthquakes with 40,000 people gone, terrible disasters, people with cancer, people with surgery, all kinds of reasons to just say, I don't think it's true. It's not working. Where is the voice of God? We should be getting more than this. Prison camps there in Europe. And God says, I just want to know, will you stay with me in the silent winter times? Summer's coming. Another summer will come. Will you stay? There's a spotlight. All right. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get.